Hello everyone, welcome home again. Today I'll be sharing my review of the Kahiko series Mahalo Soprano ukuleles. Now, I just ordered this guy in and I wanted to use it as a starting point for a project. So generally these are pitched as the best value for money that you can get for an entry-level ukulele, and whether or not I think that is an accurate statement, I'll share my thoughts on that towards the end of the video. So I ordered this nice ocean blue color. The model number on this is MK1TBU. It has a Sengon body and neck, and it has mahogany fretboard and bridge. Now the plastic often I see on many of the ukuleles in this price range is what they call new bone, what I think is just some sort of fancy name for a synthetic plastic that's actually quite dense. It's quite close to bone in terms of its properties and transmitting vibrations from the strings to the top. And I find that materials listed as new bone, I think they sound great. This is actually quite a cheap plastic. I can hear it in the tone of the instrument. And so the bridge is something that I would like to change out. But overall, I think if you want a starter ukulele or a beater instrument that you can carry around, or an entry-level ukulele, I think this is fantastic. This is a great option, absolutely 100%. It is listed, it came with this little tag, and it says it comes equipped with super Nile gut strings. Here we go. I should have tuned it first time. Just arrived, so the strings have been stretching. I've been tuning it all morning. The build quality and construction is what you would expect for paying around $30 to $35 for an instrument. I think it's quite nice. There are no particular flaws that are outstanding. The paint is quite pleasant. I really like this color scheme. It looks fantastic. There's no major flaws or issues. The fretboard has a bit of this nice sheen to it, which is quite nice, and it has more of, it's in between sort of a satin. It's not really a gloss, but it's this nice paint. It's quite lovely. It really just has a great look to it. The tuning machines are quite smooth. The plastic on the ends of the machines, they look and feel cheap. They're a little scruffy. You can see mine came with a couple of dings and marks, but they work perfectly fine. It's not really a major negative. I mean, you look at the price of between $30 and $35, and of course, they're going to focus on getting an instrument to you that's playable and reliable. So there are going to be some cosmetic things that maybe aren't the greatest. So in terms of tone, I don't personally find the tone very satisfying, and why I say that is because it feels like the sound is coming out of a tin can. So I'll compare it to another Mahalo ukulele. Here's my dog. My dog is barking. Okay, Logan, thank you. All right, so I'll just do a quick comparison here. Logan, come here. Come here, doggy. This is my doggy. This is Logan. Okay, thank you. Good doggy. Okay, calm down now. All right, so I'll do a quick comparison of tone here. Oh, you can hop up there. Just don't knock anything over. Ooh. So again, I should have tuned them up. They're stretching. Something like this, the Mahalo Alien. This was around $70, $80. It has a much more robust sound, a richer, more complex tone. It's very pleasing to the ear. It's quite deep, lovely to listen to. But the Kahiko series, it sounds a bit muffled and it sounds like it's coming through a tin can. So it's quite plinky, it's sharp to the ear, but if you didn't have that sort of comparison, I think it's quite pleasant. It's still quite nice. I have investigated the inside of the instrument. I can feel bracing in there that seems quite thick. I think the bracing they use in there is just a bit too heavy. So what I will do, I'll see if there's anything I can do to modify that, and I will replace the plastic saddle. The saddle has a massive impact on the tone and overall sound and texture of your instrument. And I can tell this is cheap plastic. I've changed out dozens upon dozens of bridges. I've shaped dozens of bridges as a multi-instrumentalist and a cowboy luthier, and I can tell this is seriously hampering the sound of the instrument. Very easy to swap those out. It's very common, quite cheap to get new saddles. You know, you're looking at $4, $5, $6 for a bone saddle, and shaping that is not going to be difficult at all. It also doesn't really have any slots cut in the plastic for that. So when I replace this with a bone saddle, I suspect the instrument itself will sound much better, as that will transmit vibrations from the strings to the top of the instrument much better. If that's not enough, I'll see what I can do about, if I can sort of... You probably shouldn't do this unless you're into modifying instruments and, you know, working on projects. I'm going to see what I can do about removing some of the bracing on the inside, because it's terribly thick. Wow, yeah. And I can hear that is absorbing a substantial amount of the vibrations, which actually prevents the top from resonating and vibrating as freely as it could. So that's why it generally has quite of a plinky tone to it. But I suspect the reason they put such heavy bracing in there is that these instruments are designed as beater instruments. You chuck them around, you hand them to kids, you put them in a backpack, you carry them to a bonfire or a campfire, and that's what these are designed for. So I know that bracing is there to make this thing tough. This is going to be able to take plenty of knocks. You can tell it's a tough instrument. It plays well. It's easy to tune. It's only a couple hours, but the strings are mostly holding their tuning now. So it's just a little on the shrill side for me. I suspect changing the strings out and the saddle might be enough. So again, Mahalo says that these are the best value for money in terms of ukuleles, between $30 $35. Do I agree with that? Absolutely. Who would I recommend this to if you're looking for your first ukulele? Maybe I would not recommend this. I would say maybe spend a bit more, look into the $60 $70 range, and you'll get something that has a deeper, warmer tone for people looking for just a very pleasant sound to listen to. This is a bit shrill, and I suspect, again, with some modifications, you can get this sounding much nicer, get a warmer, deeper tone out of it, more tonally rich. So as a first instrument, maybe not. If it's just you're getting this for a kid, then absolutely I would recommend that, because a kid probably doesn't really care that much about the tonal complexity and the nuances of their instrument. But if you are a parent and you're getting the ukulele for your own kid, maybe get them something that sounds a little easier on the ears. If you're getting it for someone else's kid, yeah, sure, go ahead. You don't have to listen to a kid smashing out chords on this thing. So overall, it's absolutely brilliant value for money. They have a range of colors. I absolutely recommend the Mahalo Kahiko series. So that's quite wonderful. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be doing more reviews soon, so please check in again soon. And also, I'm working on a few projects. I'll be converting this into a nylon string mandolin, so please stick around for that. Take care of yourselves and come home again soon. See ya.